that. At this time, I'll just go ahead and ask Leah to do what she does best, and she really does. And we're so thankful that she's here to do this for us. Come on, Leah. Just kind of sort of do it.
Okay, hi guys. My name's Leah Smith. I graduated from here in 2014, did the Oratorical contest in 2014, and without a doubt it was one of the most, if not the most impactful thing I did in high school. And I'm not just saying that. It really does leave an impact on you, and we're going to talk about that today. So what is the Oratorical contest? Well, there's two different portions of it. For those of you who are in forensics and debate, one of the portions is going to be similar to an oratory, okay? It's going to be a prepared speech. That means that you need to write it. It needs to be your own original thoughts, okay, guys? It has to be things that you think of, the connections that you make. It has to be something you're passionate about. We want to feel your emotion. We want to know why it's important. And it has to be 8 to 10 minutes long. It specifically needs to dwell into the United States Constitution, specifically pertaining to the responsibilities of the citizens and the government. That's the first portion. The secondary portion is going to be what I like to call the extemporaneous portion, okay? Another forensics and debate term for us. And that's the portion in which you're not really sure what you're going to talk about, but you get there and you have to give a 3 to 5 minute speech about a topic. But the great thing about this form of extemporaneous speaking is that you already have an idea of what it's going to be about. There are 4 amendments that are chosen each year. For the 2017 year, those amendments are the 7th, 10th, 16th, and 17th Amendment. So you're going to give that prepared speech that's going to be amazing and wonderful and passionate. And then you're going to go into a room, and they're going to give you a little bitty box, and you're going to open it, and it's going to say Amendment blank. And you're going to give a fantastic, amazing, insightful 3 to 5 minute speech on that amendment. And the purpose of that portion of it is to show the judges, because you're being judged by a panel of judges, guys. Show those judges that you know why that amendment is important, and you know how it links to our everyday life. So those are the 2 main portions of the competition. And seeing that we have a lot of people in here, I hope that we have a lot of applicants for the Post 71 this year, because there's no reason why Cabot High School should not be the most dominant force that we see in Arkansas at the state competition. Okay, so you're going to apply, and after you apply for this contest, you're going to go to the district level, as was stated by the commander, right? You're going to go through that application process, and then there's the state level, and the state level is where it gets a little bit harder. You're going to be competing from different districts. You're going to be competing against people from Heber Springs, people from Harrison. Those were 2 of the finalists from last year from those 2 districts, okay? And at the state level is where you start getting some money for college. How many of y'all want to go to college? Let me see some hands. Lots of hands. Good. Good. How many of y'all know that you need money for that? Everybody's hand should go up. You definitely need money for college, okay? And this is an opportunity for you to gain that financial support as well as further professional skills that you're going to use for the rest of your life. So, if you win 3rd place at the state level, that's $1,000, guys. 2nd place at the state level, $1,500. 1st place at the state level is $2,000 of a scholarship to you, as well as an all-expense-paid trip to Indianapolis, where American Legion is headquartered, to compete in the national competition. Let's think about that a little bit. And what happens if you go to that national competition? You have the opportunity to win even more scholarships. You have the opportunity to represent your state, your city, this post in the most wonderful way possible. And it is an amazing opportunity. And I want to see that opportunity being used. So what happens if you make it to nationals and let's say you win 3rd place? 3rd place at nationals, you get $14,000 just at that level, right? 2nd place, $16,000. 1st place, $18,000, guys. And as the commander stated, that's just at that level. We're not counting for what you get at state and district. So let that sink in, how much that can impact your life. So how do you get there? You fill out an application and you have it into the American Legion Post 71 by December 31st, 2016 at the latest. I want y'all to have them in by the first week of December, okay? And I want there to be a bunch of applications because there's no reason why Cabot, Arkansas should not win first place at the state oratorical contest and shouldn't go on to nationals this year. That's what I want to see, okay? So now that we've gone over requirements, you've got to be in high school, you've got to get in that application, right? We've talked about what you can gain monetarily. Let's talk a little bit about why it matters, right? For myself, this contest changed my life. From the moment that I entered into this competition, it was a whole new world. I did speech and debate and forensics my entire junior high school career. That wasn't different for me. I could talk in front of people, sure, why not? But prior to this event, I had put myself into a box of, oh, I can only do this type of event, and oh, I'm not good with this. And you know what, I only know these people, so I'm really comfortable in this room, but I'm not comfortable in that room. And for those of us who have no experience in public speaking, think about the doors that this competition could open up for you if you take that leap and you apply, and then you apply yourself to this competition and to the opportunities and doors that it will open for you. Long term, this competition was the first taste of a professional public speaking environment past competitive speech and debate. This was where a panel of people that I didn't know, they didn't know me, were strictly judging me on my ability to produce and communicate ideas pertaining to a topic that we all should know a little bit of something about. For me, this was the first step in the direction of the field that I want to work in for the rest of my life. More than that, these people sitting over here are amazing individuals. Past the simple gain of monetary value, right? Past the mere here, I'm being sarcastic, $18,000 that you could win at nationals, right? These people taught me how to encourage individuals endlessly. They taught me how to support people that I didn't even know. They didn't know me very well whenever I first entered into the competition, and I didn't expect any of them to show up at state. And I was so nervous. Even though I'd been in speech debate my whole life, it was a new environment, right? I was shaking as I was going up the stairs to the convention center where the competition was being held, and I heard a really loud group of people, and that made me even more nervous because I was like, oh my goodness, there's a lot of people, I'm not ready for this. And I turned the corner and I recognized every face in that group because everyone in that group was a member from Post 71 from Cabot, Arkansas, there to support me. And that is a moment that has stuck with me for the rest of my life. This competition isn't just a competition, guys. It's a way to further yourself educationally. It's a way to further yourself professionally. And it's a way to further yourself as a person. Because if you want a role model, if you want an example of how you should act as a person, you just look at those people right there and the rest of the individuals found in Post 71 from the American Legion. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because here I am, going on 3 years later, technically, since it was 2014 when I graduated. I'm in my junior year of college, and I still get calls from them to see if we can meet up and I can do speaking engagements with them. And they still ask me how I am. And that's something that's very unique, and these people can help you get to where you want to be, both professionally, educationally, and just as an individual with character. So I encourage each and every one of you to apply for this competition. For those of y'all who came in late, it's a competition oratorical contest. We've got 2 parts of that competition. If you have any specific questions, come to us after I finish speaking, okay? But I encourage each and every one of y'all to apply, to try to get into this contest. Not only for that professionalism that I talked about, not only for those public speaking skills, because it doesn't really matter what field you go into, at some point you're going to have to get in front of a crowd and talk. It's inevitable. And this competition can be a doorway to step through to gain those skills. Not only for that, not only for the money to go to college, but also for the life experience that this competition offers. You can apply for this competition through any of your years of high school, and you can repetitively apply for it. That's another thing that I forgot to mention. One of the individuals I competed against whenever I was in this competition had competed every year she was in high school. She had competed her freshman year, her sophomore year, her junior year, and her senior year. There is no reason why Cabot High School shouldn't have that happening for them, and why Post 71 shouldn't have an over-flourishing amount of applicants, because I know this high school is one of the best high schools in the state of Arkansas. And I know that this high school has the potential, along with Post 71 and the skills that they can teach you, to be one of the best competitors in this program. And now that we've got about 15 minutes left, I'm going to open up the floor for any closing remarks on the rest of the American Legion, or questions and answers, whatever's preferred.
She's good, isn't she? We asked her to speak at a Veterans Day ceremony.